Recording in progress.
What it do, what it do, what it do. It is your boy, Andrew, a.k.a. Mr. Goody Two Shoes, and who am I with, as always? Joseph Huggins, a.k.a. Old Man Huggie. Talk shit or get off the pod, episode 197. God save Santos. Welcome, motherfuckers. It's a. I don't know about you guys, but today's, past couple days have been pretty sweet, given the news that friend of the pod, some would say, some are saying best friend of the pod. There's never been a friend like this on the pod. Our man, George Santos, pardoned by King Trump.
Dude, that's incredible that he's actually been pardoned. We talked about it, I think, a little bit,
We
but
did.
the fact that he actually
We
was,
manifested it.
we made it happen, and I'm
I
happy
made
for.
some phone calls. I got Ben Jackson, the lobbyist, on the line.
But when you think about it in the grand, well, we'll get into it because it's obviously the first article.
Right.
But when you think about it in the grand scheme of things, like out of everybody who's been pardoned, this makes the most sense.
I mean, truly a piece of shit. Or at least in his. I mean, he's got so many iterations, lives, aliases, pseudonyms,
Yeah.
personalities that like one of his personalities really is like, on paper a shitty person. However, I still enjoy
But
him. I don't
he's
know.
like,
Like, do we get like a hall pass? Like we get a hall pass like for uh endorsing somebody who is like a corrupt grifter re- Republican. But I mean, I don't know if Republican in name only. He's a rhino.
but is he? Everything he does, the only
He's
thing
a
rhino
shapeshifter,
about
bro.
him is that he rhinoed through the barriers of what it means to lie as a politician. Like, there's a
I agree.
documentary. I mean, we'll save it.
Okay, all right, let's save it.
But how?
Shout out Jorge Santos.
Yeah, but yeah, just like big shout out, Ivy
USA.
League
USA.
volleyball legend.
That's right. Get some Harvard.
But how are you, sir?
Dude, I've never been better, you know. Hose, clothes, and bankrolls, minus the hose. And,
Okay.
yeah, no, I put my dating life on ice. So,
Oh,
yeah, I haven't been out on a date since Labor Day.
not on a date. That's good.
Yeah, but I needed to. Like, shit was getting peak weird. Like, for real. Like, we haven't even talked about it on the podcast. Like, how, like, this shit, like, spiraled. And when I thought it was done spiraling, it, like, went from, like, category 5 to, like, category 11. Like, and just, like, without, like,
Went
even,
from F3 to F5.
like,
You're Bill
real,
Paxton. You're
real
strapping your
fucking quick.
with a belt and Helen
Just,
Hunt
just,
holding you down
just
to a
locking
well
down a
pipe.
sequel. Locking down a sequel.
Let's go, dude. Well, that's good. I'm sure a lot of people are on the listeners of the pod are happy that you're taking a little bit of break for yourself.
Yeah.
That's important. You got to do that.
Yeah, we'll see. I might be ready to
Uh,
get back in.
oh, we won't go into
Double
too
Dutch
much.
style.
You do. Shout out, by the way. Shout out, just Dutch friend request.
Oh my God, Dutch.
Yeah,
The
Dutch
man,
sent
the
me a
myth, the
friend
legend.
request. Yeah, sent me an Instagram friend request. I was like, shout out, bro. Like,
How are you guys not friends already?
I don't know. I think I already followed him. He's never followed me back.
Oh
I was like,
shit,
hey,
bro.
man, what's that about?
I mean,
Um,
he's exclusive with it. It's like he's like one of those influencers
I
where it's like, they have like 50 million followers and they follow like 12 people.
23 people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it literally became a status symbol to see how like your ratio of people you follow to people following you, like how big you could get that ratio and like the followers side.
hmm
And I really think that people purposefully like as
Same
like a
with like
status
the
symbol like wouldn't follow
like
or
one picture.
well that's just stupid. No, but like the people that they follow, like
Yeah,
that
yeah.
they
No,
whittled it down.
to make it a bigger gap. Like more people follow me than I follow them.
Yeah, exactly. And then
Yeah,
and
no,
then it
that's
got out
true.
of hand. And then it got out of hand.
No, that's true because there are some people that have they like follow one person. You're like, get out of here.
Hmm.
And that's like what, like
Obnoxious.
It's your Finsta account that's like private or some shit that no one knows about that your friends and family where you post.
Back in the day when like Facebook just started, uh, I became Facebook friends with Kristen Cavallari, and then and it was like her like secret account.
Okay.
Yeah, and then and then I ended up Taylor from Laguna Beach, her friend, came down to San Diego over to the fraternity house. I ended up making out with her. But me and
Hey.
Kristen Cavallari were Facebook friends like on her secret account for quite some time until she got rid of it. I think Jay Cutler might have got involved. Jay Cutler hooked up with my eighth grade girlfriend when she was a cheerleader at Vanderbilt and he was the quarterback. I don't know that for a fact. I just know it's true.
A round of applause on that one. That's interesting. That's
Yeah,
pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
yeah. That's the 6 degrees of Kristen Cavallari, Jay Cutler, Andy Schultz,
So if
the
you're
love
taking a
triangle.
break, are you getting back into
I took the break.
the
The break has
poker?
been taken.
Are you getting back into poker?
Oh, kind of. It's so funny that you said that because I like went and like I did like the minimum deposit was like $10 whenever I got my new account just to because I wanted to see if it was gonna work, you know.
Yeah.
And then I played like a $7 or $8 game or something. Did not win, but and then I just put it away. But then I got back on and they changed it like up the format. So now the sit and go, which it used to be just it's 8 people and the top three uh, make the money, and the blinds are turbo. So every 5 minutes the blinds go up. So yeah, 8 people start and it's like a one table tournament. Top three make money, uh, and they changed it to now there's a bomb pot every 8 hands. So if you don't know what a bomb pot is, like usually like when I'm like playing in person at like the card room, if there's a new dealer, somebody will be like, "You guys want to do a bomb pot?" And at my table, the 1, 2 or the blinds, uh, maximum buy-in 100. Uh, but obviously you can make more than 100, but you can only buy in up to 100 at one time. Um, if they do a bomb pot, it's $5 each. Everybody puts in $5. They deal out 2 cards to everybody. This is no limit hold'em, and then they deal the flop, and then the betting starts. So everybody's in for $5 uh, with the flop out, and then you start going. That's a bomb pot.
Yeah.
So on this one, it's a bomb pot every 8 hands, and it's either one or two, one big blind, whatever the big blind is at the time, or two, depending. I don't know like what if it's random or what. But so that happens, and then they changed it from 5 minutes, the blinds going up every 5 minutes to every 4 minutes, so it's quicker. So, anyways, I played that. I played it. Oh, and they added a quarter game, so you a buy-in's a quarter, uh, and then like 3 cents goes into the house, and then the rest of it's in the pot, and the top three win, whatever. So before that, the minimum was $1.50 buy-in, and I had like $1.49 uh, from that deposit. And so I went and played the quarter game, two quarter games in a row today, literally today, and won them both. 93 cents on both of them.
Quarter games. Damn.
I know.
He's back. You're back. If you're betting
Well, like
quarters.
I was going to deposit more money on it, right? Because I had like less than the $1.50. But then I saw the quarter game, and I'm like, oh, well, let's see if I can just, I had that one run with the rolling the dice, started with 50 cents, turned into $61 in a day,
Yeah,
back
that's
back
true.
a psychology AP. So I was like, instead of going and because there's also like the gas fees you have to pay whenever you I buy like I deposit with Litecoin. I don't know,
Yeah.
like yeah. So it's like there's it's like minimal shit, it's like depending on it, it's like $1 or less. But it's instead of depositing, I was like, let me just play a quarter game, and then I won it, and then I put in the next one. So now I have enough to get into the $1.50 game, but I
Hey, look out.
yeah.
Creeping on the come up.
And then I also dropped like a smash hit. My parents' dog Charlie, he's been licking his paw, and I noticed it a few days ago, and I told my mom, and she brought him to the vet today. And then I came over and I got some like video footage of him, and then created this song called "Cone of Shame," and then in parentheses "Sad Charlie," and I posted it on Instagram. And then I took out an LLC and took over conservatorship of his name and likeness, and I'm gonna market him like as the dog version of Grumpy Cat.
Okay.
Yeah, song's fire. It's like a '90s or like early 2000s emo. Turn the cone of shame into the cone of fame, baby.
Hey, that's fair. On the come up.
On the come
Border
up.
games and cones of shame, baby. That's
But
that's a subtitle.
well, you know,
Border
with the
games and
new
cones of
with the
shame.
new format with the bomb pots, and then also going from 5 minutes to 4 minutes, like the games used to like be like if you're gonna if you win like a right around like 27 to 31 minutes in length, and just the blinds go up so much that it never really goes past that. Uh, but now it's like you're in and out of there within 20 minutes. So like all of the sit and go. So like the buy-ins go from like 150 to 350 to 7 to uh,
Damn,
15 to 30 to 60. So, but they changed the
damn.
format on all of them. So they're all 4 minutes now per blind, and then also bomb pot. Yeah, and then they all start with you get 1,500 chips, and everybody gets 1,500, and then it goes from 10-20 blinds to 15-30 to 25-50 to 50-100 to 100-200 to 300-150 to 600
All
300.
right, all right. Hey, Rain Man.
Well, no, that's just it's that that's
No,
those
I know
are the
you got to
levels.
get it
Those are
out.
the
You got
levels.
to get it out. You got to get it out.
Just in case
You got
anybody's
the
curious.
itch. You got the white tee back on,
Yeah,
hair slicked
whatever,
back
bro.
serious, dude. You got the itch, dude. It's
This
good. It's
this is
good.
literally just my uniform nowadays.
Okay, that's fair.
All right. Do you want to get into therapy questions?
Well, I'm doing great.
I was
Thank
going
you
to
so
ask you.
much
I
for
was going to ask you.
asking.
I know
You
I was going to, but cut me off
sure?
on my blinds.
Well, we didn't do an episode last week because my computer decided, well, I guess if you had Windows 10, it booted you and it made you get Windows 11 Pro. Didn't know that. So it deleted like my Wi-Fi. It like booted me from tons of shit. So when I go to turn it on, I'm like, what the hell? So I got all that stuff working. Oh, okay. So I've got this fence built and I love this fence. It's I've sent you pictures. The dude finally is like finishing the gate. He's been busy, he's been sick. He finally got it up. Dude, this thing's like a castle. I'll send you the pictures.
You
It's
would think that
intense.
you would think that your MAGA neighbors,
Oh, dude, they're all so
MAGA bears.
jelly of this.
Oh, I
Oh,
know.
so jelly of
That's
my
what I was going to
fence,
say.
dude.
It's because you built the wall that Trump promised to build for them. You know.
Dude, it is a fucking wall. It is
Gotta say,
intimidating.
I don't like your kind, but that's a hell of a wall, boy.
And I've been going to town. So like I have there's this pole, this light pole out front that was all raggedy, and I don't know where the power goes to. It has like I don't know, but it always has power and it works, but there's no cover. I took it apart like forever ago and got the
Wait,
glass out
what
of
is
it.
it? A
It's like a
pole
light like a light post, like just a random
in your
old school
backyard?
in my front yard. So it's in the
Oh,
front. So it was like black. They like painted the shit out of it. The glass was painted black. So I got all the paint off. It's this weird like purple, blue, brown swirl, like some 70s shit. It's cool. But I painted the pole white. I got smart lights. So I got these Philips light, like a hub system. So now when the Eagles play, I turn my
shout
light
out,
pole Kelly Green. So it's just like this bright, like, so I was
get them.
rocking that shit every time they play. We win. I can turn it on, set it on timers, control them from afar. But it's actually pretty tight.
Could you sync it up to every time like AJ Brown scores a touchdown? It goes green.
Well, it's the type
It
where
starts flashing like a siren.
I could sync it up with like a sound system in a Google Home and make
Like
it play like Fly Eagles Fly every time they
no, you
score or
should do it
something.
like in the NHL where they light up the light and hit them with the horn.
Oh, any color. It can do any
Yeah,
color. It's like
but you just take the the NHL goal scoring experience to the NFL with hit him with the green light.
true. The one thing that's nice is so like I don't have it's all new electric, but they don't have like dimmers. So these they can like you can dim them and do stuff with them. But I literally got it because I wanted to put a bulb in this in this light post, and literally like it was. I'll turn it on after the game and leave it on all night until I leave for work in the morning. It's like bright as fuck green. It's contained, but it's just like this green light outside. And I bought a big ass flagpole, and I bought throwback Eagles flag. I'm about to throw that shit up. Everybody around here got American flag up. It's like I'm the only person
I mean, it might as well be an American flag if it's a Philadelphia Eagles flag.
like
Birthplace of the nation.
five houses this way, like five houses that way. Everybody's got a flag up. I'll put on the Eagles flag. Let's go. And have a green light. Let's go. I'll
Nice.
put it on my fort wall. Dude, I'm gonna send it to you. It's you know, it's more than 8 feet with the top of it. So it's like a 9 foot like solid cedar fence. It looks like a
D-
fucking Civil War
Dude,
fort.
I was like, I
It's
think like
crazy.
the first time, and hopefully this never happens, but first time like some rambunctious like kids are out having a good time and they like TP you or fuck with your shit. Like I think like you're gonna be very upset. Like you might cry. You like because you're so in love with like the.
No, it's just no, it's a fucking fence. I mean, it's a
I don't
big
know,
cedar
dude.
fence. It's gonna be sealed. I don't care,
I
whatever.
think you're gonna act irrational like a boomer
No, it's just awesome because I can like drive a big ass truck through it.
through
And
the
it's too
fence.
big. Yeah, I mean it's huge. So
Oh, you mean
I
when it's
have
open?
like yeah, like the gate.
I
Like
thought
I'm
the whole
saying
point was to stop big ass trucks from driving through it.
no, no, no. I'm just saying the gate to this thing is like a Civil War fort gate. Like it's huge. Like watching this dude, I have pictures of it. So the way this guy built it is he's one person. He built the frame of it out like it was the fence and left gaps where the slits would be and then like built it so it's full boards and planks and then he attached the hinges and everything so he attached it then he hung it like he cut it free he like did it so whenever it's closed it looks like a solid fence with like a little gap and then like even where the planks are at the top and then it opens it's crazy dude it's heavy as shit there's no way like I was asking him how he was going to do it. He said he has to do it this way. Otherwise, you need like 5 or 6 people to pick it up and hang it. And I was like, there's no way. And then I came home from work and was like, holy shit, this thing is huge. And yeah, all the boomer old dudes, that's all around me.
That's
A lot
okay.
of
I
older
mean, we need
people.
that for like that's our Antifa Southern headquarters.
They love their there's like a block party or my neighbors had like a birthday party for their daughter and their daughter's adorable and I'm over there and they're like dude your fence like you have a really nice fence man that fence is really beautiful and it's
That's how
like
you know.
it's
That's how you know
because we're in
you're
their
adulting, bro. You're adulting, like
and we're in
having
their
conversations about your
backyard
fence.
we're in their backyard, so you can see on one side this one dude. He's super nice, but he built his fence himself, and it's just like, oh my god,
Yeah.
like it's like all
And
wonky.
now it looks worse because yours is there to compare.
Dude, mine is like it is like it's so straight you can just stare at it, and we're on the other side, and they're just looking at the back side, not even the flat side. And these guys are like, yeah, man, and I'm in an Eagles shirt. I'm wearing the Eagles shirt, and like it was the week after
For
the Eagles
context,
game
everybody, he's lives in
in
the
Dallas.
Dallas area, which
And they're
is
just like,
Cowboys are
oh
the rivals.
man,
Yeah.
it's a really nice fence, man. That guy's doing really good work. And I'm like, yeah, I really like it. It's super great. They're like, no, man, that's one of the better fences I've ever seen. I'm
Hell of a
like,
job, son. Hell of a
yeah,
job.
I was like, do you want to come see it? They're like, yeah. And it's like we went in the backyard. I'm like,
It's like,
because
yeah, let me get the lube first.
the backyard was like a shit show back in the day. So now it's a big flat plain, and it's just like
And to be
gorgeous.
honest, like for you fixing up like your
I'm,
house brings up the property value for everybody.
I'm doing it myself too.
No,
So
I know,
all the
but
work,
but
yeah,
I'm saying like
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
yeah, there's a trickle down property value and
This the last thing they thought was a black man was going to move into the neighborhood and raise the value. Let's
rate,
go.
yeah, exactly.
And I'm an Eagles fan, so I'm trolling you with a light.
Hey, I mean, Cowboys have the number one offense in the league. You know, like they could be.
Flocka. Right out of here, dude.
All right, yo, it's time for therapy questions. I actually slept and like I scheduled 2 therapy sessions on Mondays because that's when I don't have I pick up my dog later on Monday nights, so I thought that was like better. Uh, and um, my therapist neglected to tell me that she doesn't come into the office on Monday, so it was going to be over Zoom. So I did it last week on Zoom. I found out like 15 minutes before, like I was about to leave to go there, and then this time I just slept in through it. I was like, no, I'll see you. I'll see you next week in person. So that's real therapy, IRL therapy. Therapy question number one: would you rather your therapist be your guardian angel or your devil's advocate? And the week before, when I did actually do the Zoom, I asked my therapist this question.
For me, devil's advocate for sure.
That's what my therapist Snap replied. I didn't even
I,
like.
I
I
mean,
wasn't even.
yeah,
I was just giving her examples of therapy questions that also involve the therapist, and then I wasn't asking her to like answer it, and she was like, "Devil's advocate." I was like, "Okay."
Absolutely. It would give me like it would challenge me on my ideas. I have friends in my day to day. Um, one of my best friends, his dad, me and him are like super close. We'll chill, we hang out, we'll get lunch and stuff. And I mean, anything I ever say to this guy, he is pushing. Like I've learned to argue and fight my points better because of how many times I've argued with this guy on stuff. But I appreciate that aspect of it because he challenges me on my thoughts and makes me second guess myself and identify flaws in my own logic or some stance I have. So while you can be annoyed with that or frustrated, in reality, that's normally a fairly good thing to have that pushback from somebody. We're all kind of insulated with unconditional love and yes men to a certain extent, you know, that it's nice to have somebody you can tell them the truth to and they're gonna give you the counterpoint. I mean,
No, I totally agree. You know what's so fucking funny? I wrote this, right? I was thinking more of like you got like when the angel and the devil are on your shoulder, you know? Like
yeah,
one's like egging you on to go do some like risky shit and the other one's like trying to like hold you back. That's what I was thinking. Um but no, yeah, obviously devil's advocate, you know? Fucking like call me out like I so that I can it's like hashing out like, it's being able to like process through your thoughts, with somebody.
yeah. And I
Because
mean,
otherwise, like, I don't need somebody telling me that, like,
I don't have a kid, but I feel like that'd be also part of being a good adult. Like maybe too many kids are being raised by guardian angels that are being coddled too much. And in
or
reality, like being challenged, getting pushback, and that
could help
making you
you.
have
It
some
doesn't make you change your mind, but it can strengthen your argument.
conviction. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Like
'Cause-
you can't, how are you gonna fight your point if you can't even like fully articulate it to where like,
right.
you're like not sell me an idea, but that's kind of what it is sometimes, like the marketplace of communication, like sell me your idea. Doesn't matter what it is, your plan for yourself, some dream that you have or something you create that you want someone to be a part of or take interest in. It's like sell me something. And like you're gonna have to convince me or fight for this attention. You're gonna have to do something more than just like get it because you did it. And I think that there's too much of the I should get it because I did it.
Yeah. My therapist, this one that I'm going to now, the first session, I've been going for like a couple months now, almost. First session, she asked me like what I wanted to get out of therapy. And I literally verbatim said I want somebody to like call me on my bullshit if if needed. It was like my main point. It's like I'm gonna come here tell you like what's going on, but like if like I'm like doing some like off shit like that I don't that I'm not clocking like myself, I want you to be able to like tell me, which she has. like
Yeah, I mean, but
like
that's important.
yeah, like she'd be like I'd be like, but like so and so like isn't like being like has nothing to like blame or isn't like has any red flags, and she's like, oh well, except for this. And I'm like, oh yeah, you're right. Like fuck, I'm like just completely like there's just certain blocks that I'll have that like she'll call me on me you know
Yeah, I mean, I feel like, well, and throughout our friendship, we've always had a pretty good back and forth with that. If either of us is being like too out of control crazy, we'll say something. It's normally me saying something to you, but that doesn't mean I'm not doing stupid shit too. And it's way less frequent now than it was back in the day. But definitely, you would definitely be a devil on my shoulder over an angel telling me to chill out for sure. Definitely.
yeah, but I also play devil's advocate just naturally with people,
True. No, I do too.
just
It's
for the
almost
sake
like,
of the debate. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I mean, because, defend your
But
idea.
also but to the point where I think people like think I'm advocating for that idea, and I'm like, no, I'm just asking questions.
Yeah, and I mean, there's been times like, okay, true story. This has happened a couple times, and most recently there was a wedding that I went to that had a Michael Jackson impersonator, epically crazy and wild. Um, but
Like pre vitiligo or post?
um, I guess well, like Thriller,
Like was it like during the era where he
Billie
was getting
Jean.
molested or when he was doing the molesting?
I think it was like
Allegedly.
yeah, he was allegedly doing it or like
Uh,
revving up for it. You know, he was like,
so he
hey,
had
this,
he had the caucasity at this point.
yeah, he had the itch.
He had the privilege.
Yeah, the itch. He had the itch for the privilege.
The privilege.
But when I met this person, it was at who got married. She was at a like I think it was like a Fourth of July thing that I saw her at a Thanksgiving event. She went on a date with this guy, and she's like, he's really nice, but it's not really what I'm into. And this guy, he's super nice, and obviously we're at a wedding, so you know how this wound up. But she was like, I don't know if
I
I want to go
don't
on a.
know. What do you mean?
Well, they ended up getting married. But
Oh, okay.
she's like, but we're at this Thanksgiving. They just got on their first date. And she's talking, just, talking about it and like, oh, I don't know, really into it. He's, really nice, but, his former wife had passed a few years ago, hadn't really been out on dates. And she was like, he was talking about it a lot and it was just kind of meh. And I was like, well, okay, devil's advocate. I'll literally say that. I was like, well, hold up. That's a pretty big deal. And he's like trying to share, be vulnerable. And if he's nice and you're not into it because it's different, maybe that's good. So maybe you like go on a second or third date with him, see how it goes, see if he relaxes a little bit. Because he's probably really nervous and like unsure of if he should even be doing this. So you should like give it a shot and see where it goes. And we're at the wedding, and she's like, you are the reason why this wedding is happening because we
Yeah.
went on a few more dates. You gave me another perspective, and they were like getting married. It was super sweet, and I was like, that's badass. But I was, being honest, like, hey, like maybe that's good, and that's actually happened two other times in my life where I've had two friends that are girls that are dating dudes. And they go on like one or two dates and they're not into it and they're like venting to me about how it's different and what a yada yada. And I'm like, well, you normally date like 6'6" stoner white guys. So maybe this like 5'10" normal dude with the job will work
Shout out.
out. And in that instance, they're like married and have two kids and have been married for like 13 years or some shit. And I missed our 10-year reunion because I was the man of honor in her wedding. So I was instead of a maid of honor. She had, it was tight. But true story. But devil's advocate can be a good thing. Like
No,
having some,
no.
yeah,
I think 100% of the time it is, as long as it's like you're
it's
not be.
constructive.
Yeah, exactly.
It shouldn't be something to be like, oh, you're
Just
dumb
be a
because this
dick.
is,
Just
yeah.
yeah. Just argue with somebody like and for no reason.
There's a difference between being a devil's advocate and a contrarian.
Agreed, but that doesn't mean you can't be both.
I'm not saying you can't be both, but I'd say a
Because
contrarian's more like on like for the point of always saying the opposite and agreeing with the opposite just to be a dick.
no, I disagree. I could you can take it that far, but I think like if like there was like a middle like a line of contrarian to not, and like I think I would lean more towards naturally a contrarian, like just
Yeah.
subconsciously.
Yeah, I guess if you were like to the extreme with it, I was trying to,
No, I
I
think
think of that
I think
more of,
people can take it to the extreme for sure, but I think like like 50, at least 51% of the time I'm going to come at it from a contrarian view, that like if not more than the traditional view. I think that's how my dad I think is like that, and like kind of like raised me like that, but then when I would display contrarian behavior, he would get mad at me. He's like, why do you put yourself out there, like, to get judged by like these, people? Like, I remember him saying something like that when I got like detention or something. And it's like, bro, like you want me to be like outspoken and like think outside of the box and all this shit, and like I got kicked out of the sixth grade student
yeah,
class
but like,
president election for handing out business cards because you weren't allowed to advertise.
but I guess you could be like, that's also like to be a critical thinker in a certain way. So there's a
But
difference between being
then
like
it
being
goes so far that you're a
critical.
conspiracy theorist.
Yeah, well, you can be critical of things,
Right.
and then you could be a contrarian of things. And there's different degrees, I guess, to it in ways. But I'd say a contrarian is more like purposeful, like you're actively like looking for the
I
opposite
disagree.
angle.
I think like it just happens to me naturally, and to the point where I have to be self aware of it, and be like, not everything is like not what it appears to be.
True.
Like to the point where I'm preaching that to people. Like, it's like, hey, sometimes like things aren't corrupt and like it's on the level. It's like because people have got to the point where it's like, my mom's just like the Democrats are corrupt, the Republicans are corrupt. It's like sometimes like it's just, you know, it is exactly how it appears to be. Not like in
Yeah.
that context, but just in life in general.
Yeah.
Okay. Therapy question number two. Would you rather your happiest memory be fake or your worst memory be fabricated and implanted? I guess they're both fake, right?
See, I guess it would be more your worst memory be fabricated and implanted. Because if you figured out that the happiest moment in your life wasn't real, that would be so devastating. As where if you realized that like the worst memory you had wasn't real, you go on some like Jason Bourne type shit. Like, right? Like I'm thinking like you're implanting something in my head. I'd rather it be something bad that didn't happen.
Yeah.
So if I ever figured it out, I'd be relieved than like be like, oh my God, that's like the worst thing ever that everything wasn't real. It's like finding out you were a cyborg or some shit. That'd be like, I'm not real. I'm a robot. Like that'd be terrible.
Well, what's your like when I wrote this, I was thinking like, what is my happiest memory? It's like when people ask me what's my favorite food, it's like I don't know. I'm Anthony Bourdain with it.
I see. I don't know if I have like I could think of like a, necessarily a happiest memory.
I
I can
know.
think of happiest times, but even then they're very vague
Right.
in the sense that I was probably enjoying the moment and not realizing
I know.
how good of a time it was until it was too late.
Like if you were a boomer and you're our age, which is 38, like you'd be like, "Oh, when I got married or when I had kids or when I bought a house." I mean, maybe for you when you bought a house, but probably not your happiest because it's like doesn't involve like
I can think of
humans, but it's got to be a proud
the
moment.
I can think of all of the bad times that
Well, your
no I
brain your brain is
no but like I can
wired
think of the
to
bad
think of
times.
bad things 9 to 1 versus positive things.
I think of it. I can remember the bad times that led to positive things. So I can think of yeah, I guess it's when I look back at the timeline, I don't look at like all of the peaks of happiness. I look at the peaks of struggle and what it took me to get over those. And that's why I am where I am. So you could say in some ways some of the happiest moments of my life are right now because I'm enjoying my life in a different way and can like kind of be happy with decisions that I've made, good and bad, that have led to this moment. That's like a satisfying thing. So there's a yeah, I mean, honestly, like buying a house for me personally and mentally was like a huge insecurity of mine, something I really wanted to do, something I wanted my dad to see me do. My dad's getting older. So there's all these things that I wanted to accomplish to be like, look, like, I used to sleep in my car and I bought a fucking house. Like I really wanted to like, selfishly prove a point.
Not
But
selfishly, no, like it makes sense.
no, I mean, because it didn't come from necessarily like that goal or that insecurity didn't necessarily come from like the original or the origin wasn't from the happiest, healthiest place. But to be able to do it, my perspective
But
on it's
well, it
changed.
was earned as opposed to just given to you.
True, but like my perspective on it's changed over time because my perspective on like the journey that I'm on, like, there's times where things were really, really hard, and it would be hard not to be like envious or jaded about things that were going on in my day to day that I was having to get through, knowing that a lot of people or most people and people especially like where we're from and just like the socioeconomic status, all that crap, that it was like it like was like a motivator for me to get out of it. So I wasn't like I didn't feel like a mess. Does does that make sense?
Yeah, no, it's like it's both. It's real, but it's also like symbolic of like you made it out of like you're the phoenix rising from the ashes.
Yeah, like I
But
mean, but
fuck
it's
the ashes, I rise where the cash is, baby.
so it's I so I would rather. But if you can have your happiest memory not be real, that would be depressing because those are things that we
Well,
think
if I
about.
never figured out that it wasn't real, I mean, what's the
Well,
difference?
then you wouldn't care. And it
Yeah,
would be inconsequential. But in this, I'm assuming I do. That sounds awful.
yeah. And plus, I'm assuming that, I'm going off to the spiritual realm and then I'll figure that shit out eventually. And then I'll be bummed up in heaven, sad in heaven, happy in hell. Episode 192 or something. Uh, okay, therapy question number 3. Would you rather your pet be able to talk but only about your flaws, or your partner be able to read your thoughts but only the embarrassing ones?
Your pet being only able to talk about your flaws would be really frustrating. Like that wouldn't last very long. Someone would see you like bop your dog on the head or something because it'd be talking mad shit, and they'd be like, "Hey man, you just hit that dog," and like you'd
I'm
be in
not
jail pretty
bopping my
quick.
dog. Like, I mean, what are you
I'm just
talking
saying,
about?
dude, this dog's gonna be saying wild shit. It's basically
I
gonna
mean,
be in person. You
to
might
be
try.
honest, to be
Is he
honest,
squaring up with that chihuahua in the front yard? You're like, "What's up, bro? You talking
which
shit? You
do you
talking
have a
shit?"
Chihuahua?
No, I'm just. This is an
Yeah,
example.
y'all can
It's
see my pet behind me. It's
because
like
that's just hyperbolic. They'd probably say
it
that you just
probably
say that.
sharpen my roast skills. Like, yeah, I'm trying to get a tight 5 minutes together and go hit the improv soon, like for real. I got like more material than 5 minutes, but like if I can just get my foot in on the stage, uh, so I think like having my dog like around like roasting me at all times, I just
Might be good.
roast it back, and all of a sudden now I'm the roast master general. Come at me, Jeff Ross.
And you'd be ready for any roast that you were gonna get because
I
your
already
dog would
am. I
be.
stay ready.
You'd be like toughening up. That's like whenever
Straight. I'm
some
Arby's son. Roast beef up in here.
it's like when those old Asian guys hit the ninjas that are training with those bamboo sticks and toughen up their skin, and they make them fight through the pain. Your dog's just gonna be like an old Asian man
Dude,
beating
I'm
you
gonna
with
be
the
like,
bamboo
I'm gonna
pole.
be like Uma Thurman and Kill Bill.
Yeah, dude. Fuck yeah.
Get at me.
Yeah, because I mean, embarrassing thoughts. I don't know about that.
I don't know how many
Well,
embarrassing, like what,
well, I don't even know. Like,
it's
I don't know
my
how
own
that would be.
thoughts. Like, so how, like, it's only embarrassment
Oh,
comes.
you're
Like,
thinking about farting. It's like, bro, I'm just farting. You don't need to hear that. Oh, it's ripping. Let's go, bro. What are you talking about? What's happening? I can't help it. Like, right? I don't know. Like, what are you gonna say? Oh man, I really should eat
yeah,
that
is it
pizza. I gotta
embarrassing
take
to
a
me
shit.
or to
Like,
like
what? Yeah, what is?
who's the judge of like how embarrassed, like what qualifies as embarrassing?
So if you just don't end up being embarrassed, that could be
Because I
really
feel like none of
difficult.
my thoughts are embarrassing. It would be embarrassing if some of them like came out. I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like embarrassing like relies on somebody. I guess that somebody is hearing the thoughts, but I don't know. I've never really thought about it.
Yeah, but that would
No
be
pun intended.
subjective compared to the person, and you would have to be embarrassed by the
By
thought,
them knowing the thought.
by them knowing the
Yeah, yeah,
thought.
yeah.
So
You're
that's
right.
what it would have to
Yeah.
be.
So it's not embarrassing until this scenario comes into play, and then now yeah,
No.
whole brand new category of thought. Okay. Final therapy question. Therapy question number 4. Would you rather every time you looked in a mirror, a version of you blinked a second late or whispered, not yet?
What is what the fuck is this, dude? What is this? This is you've had some dumb ones. This one's pretty dumb.
Thank you.
I guess it would blink a second later because at least like there would I would think I'm schizophrenic having shit talk to me. And yeah, what is that
Dude, I
for?
like
What?
it. That's my hype man right there in the mirror. Just like, because I'm about to go off at all times, like in a good way. And it's hype. Not yet, but it is yet. It is time.
No, man. I'd just rather it blink a second later. I guess because it would. I don't know, and you
Uh,
could go
which,
like what?
but what if you were trying to take like a mirror selfie, and then you're always getting the blink, or the
Then I
wink?
just wouldn't take a mirror selfie. You would just not look in the mirror. You would just turn it and do a selfie
Well,
camera, front camera.
every time that you were done blinking, it would be blinking. So every time you would see it, your eyes,
So you just don't blink. You just hold them open and take the picture and don't move, and then blink after the photo. What are we talking about? This shit's
hey, 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 not yet.
That'd be weird.
All right, we're done with therapy questions. I was gonna mention last week I got this is totally off topic, but I just wanted to bring it up. I got a fucking vape THC vape pen, and it's called Switch by Boutique. Uh, and it's got two different cartridges. The ones that I picked was mango melon, and papaya. So you can either hit the papaya side or the mango melon side, or both
Or
at the same.
both at the same time.
Right. But then there was this thing like it was said like blinkers and it said 0 points. And they fucking what I realized is they gamified the vape.
For how
So
many blinkers you can take.
like because like there's on all these vapes it's like it will like you can inhale as much as you want except for it will stop and like the
Yeah,
light blinks, yeah.
yeah.
So basically it was trying to gamify how many times you can get to one blink or two blinks of inhaling. Like it's trying to like get you to like take bigger hits and then it would rack up the points. This shit like stops working out of nowhere. Like I like no way. Like I got a full gram. Like there's no way I got even close. I still have like fucking vape pens that I bought like a year and a half ago that aren't done. And then all of a sudden it stops hitting. I put it on the charger, nothing. Now it says I have like 48 points of blinkers because I'm like just like sucking like till it like stops. Like thinking because sometimes they'll get clogged or something. But yeah, now I've got like this like gamified fucking boutique switch vape. I could see the fucking liquid in there, but it doesn't hit. And now I got like 48 points. But like if that was nicotine, like they would like uh which they do have like Flume or UT makes this one where it's like two different flavors, but it's not gamified. But like that seems like such a fucking problem. Like like you're
You've
like
done 48 blinkers, bro.
but dude, it was at like six before it stopped working, and then I was like trying to get it to work.
6 blinkers in a day?
No, total. Since like
Damn,
from
dude, you're going to the moon and back, dude.
dude, I'm like cautious with
Call
it
him
because like
Doge.
I don't
Call
know
him
like
Doge. He's going to
I'm
the
not trying to
moon.
like yeah I don't know, but anyways, shit stopped working.
I'm not trying to not move like that because yeah, man.
And I
Hey,
and I really like I kind of stopped smoking weed for a while, so like I was just like dipping my toe back in, but yeah,
dipping your toe
I
back
was
in with
going to shout out
48 blinkers, dude. Get the
dude,
fuck out of
okay,
here,
but
dude.
did you get the fuck
Get
you?
out of here.
42 of them, I didn't get any fucking vape hits. It
You
stopped
go,
working.
you ghosted him. You held him into there's nothing left.
No, I was
I
upset.
miss all those stupid old weed terms. You gonna ghost it, bro? You gotta ghost
That's
it in
not
my parents'
old.
book.
That's
You're not
still
gonna say it now. I mean,
yeah,
now I'm
yeah,
not
yeah.
gonna. You do every time you
If I'm like,
ghosted that one. You can do it, but you
I mean,
don't announce it after you
well, I
do it.
don't.
It's not like
Usually, I'm
this.
smoking weed like a grown ass man by myself.
There you go. So you don't
But
really
my
need to.
roommate Tyson, he smokes. We just don't necessarily smoke all the time together, or
Because
ghost it while we
you
do.
don't know because he's ghosted him. He's got his doob tube and he's ghost. You got to ghost it,
Ew.
and you got to doob tube it, bro.
Think about it. There's
Like
ghost energy drinks, ghost in the weed, and then getting ghosted by the
best,
girls,
best ever ghost energy
and
drink.
then just actual ghosts.
There are ghosts. Ghosts are real.
In that song that I dropped, "Sad Charlie," uh, "Cone of Shame," like I was like, There's a lyric. It was like, "He used to chase balls, but now he chase ghosts. He can't eat bones. Nope, not even close." And it's just a video in slow motion of him with the cone on.
Um, my homeboy,
We'll play the audio for the audience in the intro, and then at the end.
yeah, my homeboy Lauren, he worked at the Driscoll downtown for a long time in Austin, and that's haunted. And he said he saw some spooky ghost shit activity when he was
Oh,
working there. Because he worked in like the bar, like the lobby bar.
well,
There'd be weird
my
shit.
the college that I went to, Cal State Channel Islands, is what Hotel California, like the Eagles song Hotel California, which is about an insane asylum. So they turned the insane asylum into the college, and it's like beautiful, but they call it Scary Dairy, and it's allegedly haunted. But it's like the nicest campus ever, except for when like first semester I was going there, like first couple weeks, I got lost and like there was an area they hadn't like refurbished yet, and I was like, oh, now I get it. I get why like people get freaked out when they come here. Plus, it used to be an insane asylum.
Yeah, it's intense.
I know, but you wouldn't never know unless somebody told you.
Yeah, I guess. But once they told me, I'd be like, I'm out.
Oh, I knew it before going in. Like I was
See, that's some
very
white
impressed.
shit.
Shout out Cal State Challenge. Go
Some white
Dolphins!
people.
Eee!
That's some white people shit, man. Just like, oh, this is haunted. It used to be an insane asylum. We used
It
to
used to be
torture,
Hotel California. Like
and
the
before that, they would torture Native Americans on this land. Ooh,
probably,
yep, perfect place
probably.
for a Walmart supercenter.
Well, like the
No,
chat,
just leave the building. We'll just reuse. We'll reuse the chairs, everything. The Waltons love savings.
the Walton. Get the fuck out of here,
Yeah.
bro.
Damn it, man. Yeah, like I no, fuck that. Get out of here. I still, it's crazy to me. Side note that we know who Geraldo Rivera is. Do you know why we know who Geraldo Rivera is?
You talking about the mustache dude? Yeah,
Mustache dude.
yeah, because he did like a
Busted into like sanatoriums and like insane asylums and like did documentary work back in the day where it's super crazy. But there's this old urban legend about this dude who used to snatch people in the woods called Cropsy. And it's pretty good. It used to be on Netflix. True story. Ends up there is some fucking weird dude in the woods. There was this insane. There was this asylum out there, and I think it's the exact same one that he went to. Ended up releasing just a bunch of these fucking people, just like letting them wander off when they closed these things. They didn't put them anywhere. They didn't send them anywhere. They
just like Venezuela.
just like cut them
Just
fucking loose.
just kidding, just
And
kidding.
this dude was living out in the woods and was like actually like snatching people. But Geraldo, that was Geraldo's big breaking story. Is he like
Do you
went
think
in?
Geraldo is Cropsy? Do you think he snatched the people for the story?
I mean, he's young, but he like busts in with a camera and a microphone, like into these rooms with these people. And it's like pretty wild and crazy and messed up and exposed like this whole fucked up corrupt system that was going on in this property, this asylum sanatorium place, and all those people ended up getting cut loose, just like
Didn't he also take
wandering
us to
around.
like Al Capone's like vault and there was fucking nothing in it?
Yeah, but this is like the only reason anybody gave a fuck about Geraldo was because of the story, because he actually was. It's like Giuliani, man. Like Giuliani when he got started, and he was like a prosecutor. He was going after organized
Mobsters,
crime
yeah.
and like sticking it to people and cleaning up New York, doing all
Stop and
actually
frisk.
actually doing like he was
No
actually like
broken
making.
window policy.
He wasn't doing like he wasn't leaking fucking
Dressing up in
brown
drag
paint,
before George Santos made it cool.
dripping brown paint outside of Four Seasons landscaping service
I
fucking
think those are
building.
two separate things.
Well, I know I was just
He
combining them.
I know, but just because we don't
Adjusting
want to give the right an inch here. We need to be factual when we're coming up with our shit talk.
adjusting his belt on
He didn't
the
have the hair
Borat
dye in front of the Four Seasons landscaping. Yeah,
the Borat movie incident, but he used to do real stuff. He used to do things.
yeah, like let fucking the worst terrorist attack like in the history of this country happen on his watch. That's what he used to do. America's mayor, get the fuck out of here, bro. I like mayors who don't let 9/11 happen. Thank you.
Jesus.
I mean, I never got it. It's like George Bush's like approval rating went up after 9/11. It's like, what? Like if Barack Obama lets 9/11 happen? Like, are you fucking kidding me, dude? They'd send him to like Saudi Arabia to go get dismembered like by
Yeah,
like
Laura Loomer would have some theory like it was a bunch of Israeli clones of Barack Obama
yeah,
did
like
this.
the
There'd be
weak
some
ass president. He
crazy
would got
theory.
impeached like on September 12th.
Yeah, on the 10th, actually.
Yeah, yeah. They already had the impeachment articles like
Yeah,
filed. Like, yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, like fucking
whenever
Bin
Rumsfeld
Laden.
was like,
The Saudis called in and they just let the Republicans know, hey, we're about to hit the towers. You can
whenever
just
Rumsfeld the day before was like, we can't find like $3 trillion of Pentagon money, which that happened.
really
You didn't know that? What? That's like one of the whole
three
factual
trillion.
bases. This is like that's like the whole factual basis of why it's a conspiracy theory in the first place. It is before how if it's 3 trillion, it's a shit ton of money.
Because three
It's like
trillion is a shit ton in 2025, let alone 25 years ago.
oh, let me look it up. This is honestly true. Mm,
Because like it's only in the last like
yeah. Rumsfeld. Wait, no. So the Reuters says it did not. Hold on.
Donald Rumsfeld was the Secretary of Defense at the time of the war or of the terrorist attack 2001 in the United States, that is.
Because there's a whole conspiracy theory that there was a bunch of missing Pentagon money, and where the plane hit on the Pentagon is like the financial fraud unit.
No, bro, get the fuck out of here.
That's the whole
You said
thing,
that's like the
dude.
whole basis of the conspiracy. It's like, no,
That's
man,
part of the attack hit on the
that
Pentagon
sounds
around
like
that plane.
unnecessary.
That's like the whole basis around like that
You're the
one
Pentagon. You can't just
incident.
like erase the fucking records. Get the fuck out of here. You need like the Saudis to like hopefully hit the right area in the Pentagon. Like, come on, dude.
Hey, man, dude,
Not to
I'm just
mention that wasn't
saying.
even a plane. It was a missile, allegedly. But apparently, you can just do whatever the fuck you want now on the social media. You know, all these dudes capitulating and settling with Trump for kicking him off.
Oh yeah, dude. Which is like, wow. You need yourself a break.
Yeah, let's do it. But I'll be quick. It's 9:33 right now. Get
All
back at
right,
9:40,
go take a blinker.
9:45.
Recording in progress.
Now we're back for the topics. Joseph.
So we touched on it earlier. This is by NPR. Trump commuted the prison sentence of George Santos. A look at how it happened. Former New York Republican Congressman George Santos is out of prison after President Trump commuted his sentence Friday. NPR's Lilia Fidel asked New York Times reporter Michael Golden how it happened. Former Congressman George Santos thanked Jesus Christ and President Trump after the president commuted his 7 year sentence for wire fraud and identity theft on Friday. A House Ethics Committee report found Santos spent donations from his supporters on shopping at Sephora, taking luxury trips, paying for OnlyFans on Sunday. Santos said this on CNN. Santos said, I've learned a great deal in a very large slice of humble pie, if not the entire pie for the experience I had.
Was that a self-aware fat joke?
I mean, that's great. I
I mean,
love it.
and we know that pie is apple pie because his pronouns are USA, USA.
2 years ago, Santos was kicked out of Congress by a bipartisan vote for more on the president's clemency. New York Times reporter Michael Golden joins me now. Or this is like reading like an article, sorry, or like their conversation.
Yeah, the
So how did
article
he
goes
get?
into like an interview.
Yeah, Fidel. How did Santos get the president's attention? Gold. I think there are a few things that happened here. You know, Santos gets sentenced and immediately starts asking for clemency. It doesn't like it's going to happen for a while, but in August, Marjorie Taylor Greene, who's an ally of his in Congress and who Santos considers a friend, started to push for him to get a pardon. And around that time, Trump asked in a Newsmax interview if he would consider or to pardon or commute the sentence. And he says, no one ever asked me. So Marjorie starts asking, and it seems to get the ball rolling and put the bug in the president's ear, which basically leads us to where we are this week. By the way, he's openly been talking about commuting the sentence for P. Diddy right now.
That's like new because I know
Yeah.
he got asked about that and he didn't say no, but it also just kind of like was like
No, like apparently like they're actually like making a push for that to happen.
so weird. It's like you know what's so weird? It's like there is no rhyme or reason with like these like pardons. Well, some of them like the January 6th and shit like that, but like um, but every time like it happens, it's like of course, you know. It's like what there's no connection of like Puff Daddy other than them like rubbing shoulders like in New York probably back in the day of like with Trump versus like Trump and Santos, you know. But it's like but it makes sense that he would like it's not surprising that those people will get pardoned by Trump even though like it's not like where it's like his like henchmen like fucking what's his name Roger Stone or like
Well, like, yeah, well, like, whatever.
it's
They're
not his
random. They'll
cronies
be like
like doing crimes for him. Like,
Blagojevich. You're like,
well,
what?
but
Like, how did?
because he like uh because he was on Celebrity Apprentice. That's why.
See, there you go. That's what I'm saying. Like
But
random ass reasons.
well, that's not random. Like that's his show.
No, that is random.
That's like an actual relationship. Like like Santos. Like
But most of the time, the pardons aren't because yet we have some sort of personal relationship.
right. But I'm saying in that instance, Blagojevich, there is a
Yeah, he's
direct
like
connection,
writing hall passes for his buddies.
or just famous people,
Yeah, or just famous people just thinking that that will win people over, and then yeah,
or own the libs. You know, it's like oh, you know, like like like
I'm
in
gonna release this
this sex
super
trafficker
creepy sex trafficking oiling yep
oil
black
hoarder
man from New York
because like yeah
to
because
own the libs. Go
right
get them.
it's got to the point where like owning the libs is just like decency
The
and like in norm and like behaving like by the rule of law and being normal, you know. It's like oh this is a piece of shit person who should be locked up. I'm gonna set him free. Boom.
we got to set a tone so those libs know we're
Exactly.
not fucking around.
Right. It's like you only qualify for a pardon if you're a piece of shit.
You're like the buzzer.
Right.
Kaczynski, get your stuff. What?
Meanwhile, if you're a U.S. citizen and swept up in an ICE raid and sent to
Yeah,
like a El Salvador or something, uh, there's nothing I could do. You know, he's in El
yeah,
Salvador now. There's nothing we could do. What do you want us to do? Get him out of jail? Pardon
yeah.
him? Are you fucking kidding me? Like he's in El
Cause
Salvador. But
Kaczynski, get your stuff.
yeah,
It's like, where are you
Did he?
taking me? He's like, whoa. He's like, don't worry, we helicoptered your cabin
Kaczynski.
right back where you had it. We're gonna drop you back off, let you get back to work.
Yeah,
He's like, oh, okay. So those libs, man.
yeah.
Just own them.
It's insanity.
And then
Like that is
he's
that is
like,
like the
what?
official policy of the United States.
It's like, what's happening right now?
Yeah, like talk about contrarian. You know.
Oh my God. Yeah, I mean, but Santos was great.
Oh, fantastic. Like this is like I said, I feel like the podcast manifested this. I already told Joseph the day that this happened, which was like a few days ago. I hit him with soon as the update came across the wire, as they say back in the day. As soon as I got the notification, boom, hit Joseph with it. Um, and then also committed to cold calling my way to Santos to get him as a guest on the pod. I was in line yesterday, uh, and where I was at, they like asked me what my name was when I got to the front of the line, and I told them I was like Schultz, SCH. I was like Andrew, and the guy behind me goes, "Oh, like the podcaster." I go, "I am a podcaster," and then stared him right in the eye for like a prolonged period of time, and then went and finished my business.
It's a little weird.
Well, dude, I
It's a
had a
little
podcast.
aggressive.
I'm Andrew Schultz with the original podcast. I had it before fucking Flagrant. Get us on Flagrant. You want the real Andrew Schultz? Here I am. It's your boy. So now we got two nemesis. We got Joey Bag of Donuts.
These are your nemesis.
They're the pods. Like so, they're yours.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean,
it's
come on,
Joey
bro. It's like
Bags.
I'm showing up at your house. I'm like, yo, we're gonna go fucking injure a lot of fools, and you can never ask me about it again. All I want to hear you say is, "Whose car we taking?"
Oh man.
That's right, Flagrant. I'll go for 3 hours toe to toe, like I'm Petey Buttigieg.
Yeah, he pled guilty to wire fraud and aggravated identity theft, mostly stealing money from donors. Fidel says not Democrats have criticized the move. Republicans have had mixed reactions. What are they saying? Gold says, yeah, Republicans are split. MTG is obviously very happy, but there are some other more right wing members of the conference. Anna, Paulina Luna, Burkett, Lauren Boebert have all celebrated this, but Republicans from New York are not happy. Nick LaLota from Long Island, who was one of the first to push for Santos, first to resign and then be expelled, said that Santos's actions warranted more than a 3 month sentence because that's what he was in jail for. And remember, we talked about this 3 months ago when he was saying like, "I'm not going to survive in there." He was like, "They're going to get
Which
me," basically like
I
a
wish I
hot
wish I
piece
was
of
there
man
for him.
meat.
I wish I was there for him at that moment to be like, bro, you're not. You're right. You're not going to survive. You're going to thrive. You're gonna
Yeah,
like you've already accomplished. You won politics. You won cameo. That's for damn sure. You won
yeah.
over like talk shit or get off the pod. You know. And what would you call like like Taylor Swift has Swifties. What would you call people who followed our podcast?
Call ours
Like yeah, like our groupies, our you know
shitties.
shitties,
I don't know.
shitters.
Yeah,
You got our whole legion, our whole of shitters.
the pod.
That's yeah,
Just because they're a pod. We swim in a pod. We fight in a pod.
that's right. We puffing on pods,
Yeah.
THC, till they
Smoking that
blink
pod
out.
pack. Smoking that Swifty pack.
Anyway, so yeah, so look forward to that. In case y'all don't
This is
know,
great. I love it.
like
I'm
you
here
might think
for
I'm
it.
kidding, like that I'm gonna get Santos on the pod. I'm not, bro. My boy Ben Vigo Gans asked me. I asked him who does he want to work with when he started his live streaming company like 12 years ago. He said Billboard Records. Boom, got us a meeting. Vice President of Video, Billboard in the fucking headquarters. Hour and a half. I'm getting Santos on. Not some paying him for some cameo shit.
All right.
He might be a recurring guest
It's wild that he's out. It's crazy that he thanked God and Trump. I
in
mean,
that order too. You know.
like, I love everything about this man, and the fact that he is that ridiculous of a liar is just impressive. It's just crazy.
I
Like,
know, and he didn't even get charged for ripping off the homeless veteran dog who had
dog
cancer.
charity. Yeah.
Yeah,
And it's
like
like
that
he
wasn't even a
lied
part of
about
it.
being
But
Jewish. He lied.
also he pled guilty to these crimes, and he was supposed to spend like 7 years in prison at least, I
Spent
think.
3 months.
And it's 3 months later he pled guilty, and he got pardoned for no fucking reason. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, like this
at what
guy,
point?
this
Like this is just that is also what that is also by Trump. That's a heat check. You know, it's like when Curry's on fire and then he just throws it up from the half court just to see, like if it's
how
if
people react if he
he's
makes
like,
it.
bro, I'm, I just solved the peace in the
It's
Middle East, motherfuckers.
what's it's really
Let me get
crazy
Santos.
too. Think about it, like when it came out, like, oh, you're a Brazilian drag queen, and everyone was like, no, I'm not. And then he's like, yeah, you are. And then it came out, the Brazilian government's like, oh, no, you were, and we've been looking for you. Hey, please come back. You're wanted for like fraud and extortion or some crazy shit. You're like, what? Like this? How does this? And then it comes out you're not Olympic or no
Ivy League volley
Ivy League champ volleyball player.
baller,
You're not
baller.
black. You're not your parent. Your mom didn't die in 9/11.
Well,
Like
first of all, allegedly on all these, we don't know that. He could be telling the truth, and he just might have got smeared by the lamestream media. But you
dude,
forgot.
when
So
he said, I
I
think
did a
that's when
little
it
bit of
wrist swap.
I did a little bit of research because I wanted to find out what all of his like pseudonyms that he had throughout the years. Basically, I wanted to find out what his drag queen name was because I thought it would be good, but it's actually like not like as campy as like most of them are, And I don't think it would like anybody really because I didn't even know it, and I follow this guy for a living. But anyways, in my research, right after he got released, the brief amount that I did, he won contests down in Brazil, multiple.
Drag contest.
Yeah, and that's not him saying it because remember he was trying to hide being a drag queen, but so this is reported Yeah, not only was a drag queen, that's the other thing, dude. Like Republicans, like, but your boy, like, all the way back to J. Edgar Hoover running the FBI, he used to dress up in drag all the fucking time. Rudy Giuliani, I had mentioned earlier, used to dress up in drag all the time. Is in a like video with Trump as well. Rudy Giuliani's dressed as a woman back in the day, um, and then and Trump basically is in drag every fucking day, like, wearing his makeup and getting his hair did, like, so, and and the diapers, it's like, so my point is, and then also like the church, you know, popes, priests, kind of draggy, it's like it's drag queen story hour every time you go into a Catholic mass, so it's just the hypocrisy,
Yeah, just the level and power of which the lies were is incredible. Like I said, my mom died in 9/11, lied about not being gay, lied about not living with his sister. Like there wasn't a single thing this guy wasn't lying about. Jewish. I think that's when I made the swap. That's
that
when I went from being
uh
annoyed to where I was like, okay, I kind of
that
like
was the
this
turning
guy
point, that was the turning point.
because that was such a wild, crazy thing to say
But
and rationale.
also available for everybody to say for the last
Yeah, it was like,
3,000 years. And like I consider myself a wordsmith. Like I try to come up with like clever shit like that.
no, I'm around people that were Jew-ish.
Ish.
Like, wow, that's
Just boom. Chef's fucking kiss, bro.
like you
Good
like, oh,
bars.
I'm sorry I missed you
Bars.
saying you were Jewish for like you being like borderline anti-Semitic. My fault. I'm sorry. That's my bad. Sorry. I voted for you too. That's crazy.
Mm.
Yeah, that shit was wild. So I'm glad he's out.
He
It
also
just means there's
stole
a
somebody's baby and
character.
like ran through the halls with it. And like really what it was like on these campaign donations that he was spending on himself, he was also hitting them with the recurring payment. So it'd be like, like not only did he like take the initial campaign donation when like
We would
when there
take
were,
another
but,
one.
but yeah, but then it was just ongoing. It's like just amazing, dude, amazing, really. And are we sure that he's gay? No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, it's like there when you think about like in Batman, there's like there are groups of like Gotham. They're like, holy shit, the Riddler's out of Arkham. Fuck yeah! Like I feel like I'm one of those guys right now. Like I used to work for Two Face. I've been on furlough for like 6 months. He just broke out. I got my job
He
back.
beat his
Let's
rap. Yeah,
fucking go. Like
yeah,
let's
yeah,
fucking go. Like this
yeah.
shit's going down. We're gonna link up with Penguin, and we'll put the word out on the street. We're
Well, can I
back,
get a
dude.
commitment to you that because Santos is probably gonna be big time in, he's on his trajectory is parabolic, so I have no doubt that I'll be able to get him to agree to be on the podcast, but he might want us to come to him in person, So you would you be willing to fly out
Oh,
for
I'd fly out. Oh
maybe
yeah,
get an audience? We could sell some tickets.
for a George
Those
Santos.
live Q&A,
Yeah, I'd do it.
live episode.
I'd do it.
Fuck yeah! And then uh after show, he gets into the drag queen, and then I start dropping hits.
Or what if it's like a pod slash live drag show,
Right, that's what
drag
I'm saying.
competition
Like a
hosted,
variety. Boom, yeah.
host and competitor, George Santos. So he's hosting it, but he's also competing.
And then also, y'all, if you in the comments, maybe I'll create a poll or something. But for George Santos's new drag queen name, because it needs to be upgraded. Like, I think it was probably done in haste. Back in the day.
That could be something like tight, you know?
No, that's what I'm saying. Like he deserves a great drag queen name, and this will be his white boy rebrand, as you would call it. Get
When have I ever
he's out
said
of
a
jail.
white?
He's got to start
I've
fresh.
never have I
No,
ever said a white boy
I'll tell you
rebrand.
when you were a guest before you were ever even a host, you were a guest on episode 10, and the super producer, the original, kind of co-host, uh, asked you because this was his first time meeting you, and like you and I grew up together. He goes, "Hey, so Joseph, like, when did Andy get the name Mr. Goody Two Shoes? Like, how did?" And then you go, "Nobody called him that in high school. That's a white boy rebrand."
That sounds about right.
And him and I like laughed over that, like, and now I just say it like periodically about random things.
That's pretty good. That's okay. Maybe I did say that.
Yeah, I mean, whatever it was, it just
187 episodes ago.
for real.
Damn.
You were just coming in, yeah, just coming in, tagging in, like just to basically secure your spot here on
Well,
the
I
pod.
was thinking about doing other stuff. So when we started talking about it and you were like, hey, I was like, dude, like I'm building this computer, like I'm going to fucking town. I was
Well,
already on
right.
that track.
I posted a picture of it. This was before any episodes got dropped. It was a picture. It was like a selfie, but like we had a meeting, me and the super producer, and outlined like the goals of the podcast and then what we were gonna do for episode one. So I just like put out like a picture teaser, like coming soon. And like 5 minutes after I put it out, not even haven't even recorded yet an episode yet, just telling people that we were going to. Joseph texts me like, "How the fuck you gonna start a podcast without me?"
And
So
I was already on that, man. And
right,
like I
right,
literally was like, I'm building this computer. I
yeah.
don't
So
like chart it out. That's like, oh yeah,
so you
no,
literally
it's
literally been there from the jump, regardless if it took you to episode 25 to officially
well,
be.
we did. We were like having like long phone conversations about that shit too.
Yeah.
Um, therapy or not therapy
There we.
question. Article number two from the BBC. Madagascar military says that it seized power as president moves to safe space. An elite military unit says it has seized power of Madagascar from President Andry. Oh man, Rajoelina. That's no way that's correct because it's Madagascar, but I'll roll with it. Following weeks of youth-led protests in the Indian Ocean island, sailing outside the presidential palace today on Tuesday, Chief Colonel Michael Radamanan. Oh, I'm sorry. Rand Randri Randia Renani. Uh,
Rangian Irani.
no, that's not
Randrine Arena.
right.
Randrine Arena.
Randrina
Randrine
Arena.
Arena.
Randrina Arena. Hey, hit him with that Randrina Arena. Um, said the military would form a government and hold elections within 2 years. He also suspended key democratic institutions like the Electoral Commission. Gen Z protesters will be a part of the changes because the movement was created in the streets, so we have to respect their demands, he added. Damn, that's hardcore. Troops and protesters
They
have been
did. They took that
celebrating
with
the
a grain of
apparent.
salt.
No, but that's just, I
This
mean,
is like the fucking eighth coup in like the last 3 years in Africa, bro. And like these dudes always say that like the military, we're gonna be here for like 6 months just to get our shit together and then we'll hold elections. Now
oh, I
ask
know.
Mali.
I'm just saying that statement, the movement was created in the streets, so we have to respect their demands. Like that's a hardcore
That's
just
what
line.
you say just to get by.
There's a African core. It's really funny. It's like compilations of these videos. I don't know if I've ever sent them to you, but they say like crazy shit, and they're like politicians and like these like corrupt politicians. He's like, if there's what he's like, if there's corruption, and I am not involved, I will stop it.
He said that like it just.
But if there is corruption and I am involved, I stand by it. Like it's crazy. And he's like dead serious. It's so
Well, that's like we think like Trump's like yeah, just telling us like all the corruption he's doing like out loud, but always like slang and like and culture always starts with like either African American people or gay people. So
but
of
that's
course,
that
they're like they're on the cutting. They're one step ahead of Trump, where he's like
is just
he's like
saying
not
it.
only am I corrupt.
If if there's corruption and I'm not there, I'm against it. But if there's corruption and then I'm there,
Basically,
I stand by it. Like it
you
was like
better be giving him like his cut. Like
yeah,
if
and
you're gonna
he's
be doing some
surrounded by
corrupt shit.
people who are like, yeah, that's right, motherfuckers. Like that's what we do. Like
That's
they're
like when I lived in my condo in Ventura on the Avenue, which is like the gang affiliated street. But like I've told these stories about like what had happened and shit. But what this period of time where I was working from home, I got concussed. My dog Weta dragged me down these concrete stairs, and I was stumbling, and I was about to get dragged, or I thought I could jump, and I went and tried to jump the stairs. Didn't clear the stairs. Slapped my head on the concrete. Woke up in a pool of blood. Went back to work. Don't remember any of it, but like I was really really concussed, and like every day that went by, the more I'd realize how fucked up like I should have gone to the hospital, but like I was like wasn't thinking clearly. Anyways, my inhibitions, like I like realized later, like were completely gone. Like I might as well have been like a like drunk, like with like the way that I like felt, but like I wasn't drunk, so I didn't realize it while it was happening. But there was this guy who was like selling drugs, this like 6'5" guy named Jack, big black dude who would sell drugs, and he's like kind of like some like on the spectrum or something was crazy with him. But I walk out there like with my dog. I'm working from home, so I'm living in the condo, no backyard, so I'd have to take my dog on walks. And I walk out there and I see him, and I just go, "Yo, you better not be selling drugs on my street unless I'm getting a cut, homie." And then he's like, "What'd you say?" And that's and like and I was like, "That's right. I run this block." Like I was like just like dead serious.
What?
I swear to God, for like just no reason. Uh, and then he starts walking towards me, and my dog's the sweetest, nicest dog ever. But I just go, I was like, "Yo, stop! I'll knock your ass out, and I'll let my dog eat your face." And he stopped and didn't and went backwards. Like and I like that was actually a shout out to Joe Beckistan, where he just says he escalates to de-escalate, where he just takes it to a whole nother level. You out crazy the crazy person, and then they're like, "What?" He did that with me. Like I was in a bar with him in Santa Monica, and this guy was trying to fight me, and then Joe Beckistan just looks at the guy, and goes, "Listen, I'm going to take your neck, put it over my shoulder, and I'm just gonna start pulling and pulling until it snaps." And then me and the guy are looking at him like, "What the fuck did you just say?" Fight over. Done. So that was my version of that. I'll knock your ass out and let my dog
But
eat
you
your
didn't like
face.
harass a black
But
drug
he was
dealer,
selling drugs on my. I mean, to be fair, he was
a
selling
young
drugs.
entrepreneur.
I mean, I was trying to, like take control of my block. I don't need like a bunch of like homeless crackheads coming over here on the corner when I'm trying to walk my dog.
They're just passing
I'm trying to
by.
gentrify this motherfucker.
They're just passing through.
Oh, I'm gonna tax that ass. I was like Denzel, dude. It's like, I'm gonna tax that ass.
Um, Personnel, yeah, they supported a troop when he came into power in 2009. But yeah, I mean, this
Dude,
is crazy.
so many
Madagascar's
coups.
constitutional court has named Colonel Radorandandi as the country's new leader, even though a statement from the president's office said that he's still in charge and announced that's described as an attempted coup d'état. But this dude bolted. Dude, there's a lot of these Gen Z uprisings in like the Indian Ocean area, just like or like the
Totally.
Philippines and
Myanmar.
yeah, Myanmar. There's like all sorts of just like overthrowing governments, and they're like some of the stuff's pretty vicious. Like I saw some where they're like running in politicians' homes, dragging them out of their houses naked, and chasing them through the street. All sorts of crazy shit, man.
I mean, I'm here for it as long as it's like justified. Yeah, I mean, like when people like, you know, like every generation. And I know this is true in America, where it's like every generation was better off than their parents up until recently.
Yeah,
So what my theory is like there was like a scaled down version of that basically around the world. It's like
yeah, because all
China
these
took 500 million people out of poverty over the last like 20 years. Like, that's more people than is the entire population of the United States. Like, this is the least amount of like war and like the quality of life on a whole for the entire globe has gone uh, up until recently. Now it's like well, it's inequality everywhere. It's you're either rich or poor. The middle class left dead in a ditch. And so that's only magnified, in developing countries versus like rich countries like ours. And so it makes sense to me that there's turmoil.
well, yeah, especially if we're talking about that more here and people around the world like look to us or whatever, and like our pop culture, our music, and whatnot spread throughout the globe. Younger generations are going to hear that, they're going to identify with it, and they're going to make it applicable to what they're going through. So they're going to be like, you know what, that's crazy. That's what they're doing here. Because there could be like six generations that are used to the same type of shit.
Right. And the way that you could communicate now, like through the internet and cell phones and shit, helps people organize and exchange information. And that cuts both ways. Like you will see like a lot of like the mass shootings. like the person who does it like will have a manifesto and like reference a previous mass shooter, as like their inspiration. And so like whereas before these people were like, like incels by themselves, now they have like community of like other people who are like disturbed and lonely and like desperate and whatever, fucked up and they're gonna do some fucked up shit. So that works against us. But in shit like this, like the Arab Spring was the first example of that. Like that was back when Twitter was, before Elon. Like that played a big part where people were able to coordinate and then they toppled the fucking Egyptian the dictator, except for the only thing is then General CC came in, the military came in, said that they would give up power, and then the Muslim Brotherhood, if they held votes, the Muslim Brotherhood was going to get seats, and so they're like, ah, fuck that, we can't let that happen. So now General CC's been the fucking president of Egypt, or as Donald Trump calls him, my favorite dictator. He's my favorite dictator. But yeah, so like, that's what I'm saying with Madagascar. It's like, yeah, these guys say like the right thing right now, and then they're gonna start swooping shit, and then they're just not gonna give it up because they're the dudes with the guns, and the Gen Z people don't have the guns.
On Tuesday, the U.S. State Department urged all sides to pursue a peaceful solution in line with the constitutional order. The colonel told BBC that Madagascar was a country where chaos reigns right now. Chaos because there's no president. He's gone abroad.
Yeah, once you leave the country, like I have zero sympathy from you anymore.
Yeah, if you bail,
Yeah, except for Maria Machado, who's the Nobel Peace Prize winner, who just won it. She's down in Venezuela. She was the leading opposition opponent, and then uh, Maduro is that his name? Yeah, yeah, Nicholas
yeah,
Maduro.
Madagascar is one of the poorest countries in the world. 75% of their 30 million people live below the poverty line.
Yeah. I was gonna say this stat earlier just to give people context of like people in the United States are feeling the inequality and shit, hard.
Yeah.
The average person, net worth or whatever the metric is of like your well being, the average person in the UK, the United Kingdom, is worse off than Mississippians in the United States. It's the average person there. Like their middle class is less than the average income or net worth of Mississippians, which is our poorest state. So that's how affluent, that's how like come up the United States is, and that's like it used to be like kind of like apples to apples when you took like all of the EU countries GDP versus the United States, and now it's 2 to 1 here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so despite all the dumb bullshit that's happened, like we be crushing, but the
Oh,
inequality's
yeah.
gotten even way worse. Like
Yeah,
the
because
the
they're just
pitchforks are
taking
coming out
advantage of
here.
it.
And shout out No Kings. Bernie hit me with a Trumpism. He goes, we don't have the data, but it could have been the biggest mass mobilization of protests in American history. We don't know the numbers, but they're saying. And I was like, okay, Bernie,
Yeah, yeah, definitely sound like Trump.
I know.
Article number 3 for BBC. ChatGPT will soon allow
Shout out.
erotica for verified adults, says OpenAI boss. OpenAI plans to allow a wider range of content, including erotica, on its popular chatbot ChatGPT as a part to push to treat adult users like adults, said boss Sam Altman in a post on X Tuesday. Mr. Altman said upcoming versions of the popular chatbot would enable it to behave more human-like way, but only if you want it to, not because we are usage maxing. Oh my God, why does he talk like that? The move, reminiscent of Elon Musk's XAI recent introduction of two sexually explicit chatbots to Gronk, could help OpenAI attract more paying subscribers. Jesus.
I mean, okay, so I'm like confused by this, like because like sometimes like I will be trying to make cover art, and it'll be a, like I made like some stripper bounce anthems, so I'm trying to get like strippers like on the cover art, and like there's sometimes you can like figure out how to short circuit ChatGPT and it'll do it, and then like if you try to like add like some details to it, it will figure out like, oh fuck, I fucked up. I wasn't supposed to like create an image of the strippers. Like, so like I've kind of figured that out. I had to like sometimes like trick it, but So is it saying like I can now not have to worry about that, or is it
Yeah, for
saying
that,
like it's
or
like
if you want to like
because I'm not
sex the
getting content,
chatbot.
right? Oh, okay, yeah, which seems so weird to me because I use it for like so much like stuff, and it's like oh yeah, by the way, like let switch like get into character, now
Yeah, it
like
also
you're
likely
helping me like talk shit to like my fantasy football commissioner at like 1 minute, and then you're like jerking me off.
It also is likely to intensify pressure on lawmakers to introduce tighter restrictions on chatbot companions. OpenAI did not respond to BBC's request for comment. Mr. Altman said OpenAI previously made ChatGPT pretty restrictive to make sure we were careful with mental health issues. These changes were announced in a blog post in August, which no longer appears on OpenAI's website. We realized this made it less useful and enjoyable to many users that had no mental health problems, but given the seriousness of the issue, we wanted to get this right. He said the
Listen to this.
chatbot could soon relax with restrictions. Now that we have been able to mitigate the serious mental health issues, we have new tools.
So one time I was asking ChatGPT for like I was working on cover art for a song, and then also I wanted to get like a search engine optimization FIDE description for the YouTube post. And so I uploaded the lyrics of the song to give it context, and I got hit with the notification like, "Hey, it seems like you might be going through some like tough stuff," like, and gave me like a hotline number that I could reach out to because it thought I was like depressed based upon the lyrics of the song and like whatever else I've been like saying to it. I was like, "What?"
Damn, dude, they called you out.
I know, but it's exactly what they were just saying in that article, which was like not like the song wasn't even that sad, you know. Like, I mean, it was sad, but it wasn't like fucking suicidal. But also, 20. This is a fact. 25% of all internet traffic globally is is porn. So all these guys want to do is make money. Okay, like all this like aren't the safeguards of we shouldn't be the police. It's like maybe you should fucking be the police, bro. You know, it's like you're the one
No
who's
way,
got the
dude. I'm even
technology.
using a boner bot. That's going down.
I think it's so weird. Like, but also like I don't know if that's what
This
exactly
what's
they're talking
crazy
about. I
is
think
now
it's like images.
we're reaching the point where we were when you would talk to chatbots on AIM Messenger, Instant Messenger, and it'd be like bots that you could talk to and it would like respond. You know what I'm saying?
I never did that. I had
What?
too many
But they
girls to
existed.
talk to. Kool Aid J 88.
But those were a thing. You remember those? There
I
was like
not really. Like I mean, like I would never have like come up with
you
that
wouldn't use
memory
them, but
without
they
you.
existed.
It
It
feels
was
like
yeah.
yeah, that's a vague memory.
What? So this is just like it resurfacing.
I think it's not saying that. All it's saying is the broader category of sexual content. It's not saying specifically you can now like tell your
Finger
bot
banging, dude.
to like sext with
Erotica, the
it. I
article, the
think that
art.
means like images, bro.
Allow erotica for verified adults. You know, pornographic images, including those generated, would require users to prove they're 18. So
Ye-
if you're 18, you can get some AI titty.
the first masturbation material that I ever experimented with was erotic stories because I like was
Okay, grandma.
well it was like I like stumbled across it like a website where I was able to access it, and it was like hard to as a 12-year-old or whatever the fuck like to find like porn like it's not like it is today, back then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, but yeah, dude, erotic stories, man. That's another flashback. I haven't thought about that in forever. Maybe I should get back into that. Let's
Yeah, I mean,
See
there's
what Doctor Yang says.
why introduce erotica? Mr. Altman's announcement on Tuesday comes with skeptics.
Money,
Uh,
bitch.
as comes as skeptics have been questioning the rise in rapid value of AI tech companies. OpenAI's value is growing, but has never been profitable. So the first no
Yeah, they
company
have to justify their
has
fucking
ever had the kind of
50x
adoption that
price
OpenAI
price
saw.
earnings ratio, It's like they're the biggest private company in the world. Like it's like, well, you got to where's the money coming from? Well, here's 25% of all internet traffic porn. Boom. That's a big ass slice, dog.
Mm. Yeah, so beat your meats, man.
I mean, I do like that there's an alternative for people versus Elon's Grok porn
Well,
shit.
he's got
Because like,
erotic bots,
I know, but like, would you
so you
want
can
to?
just like,
Wouldn't you
hey,
rather
what's
share
up, babe?
your erotic bot not be like controlled by Elon Musk?
Hey, let's
Hit you
do
with
it.
like that Nazi role play,
Yeah, he's like, all right, I'll be Goebbels.
or you pretend like you're mining, and then I'll throw diamonds at you.
Yeah, yeah, I like it.
Then I'll get my dad over here and
Yeah, my dad he's married to
my
my
stepsister,
he's married to my sister. I mean stepsister. She's not my real sister. Maybe is she? I don't know.
half sister.
This is my baby Xeon gas. Pretty tight. What's up?
Asterisk asterisk percentage sign.
Ampersand. Ampersand Pythagorean theorem. Come here, man. Sit down. Introduce yourself. What's up? We call him
Actually,
Ant.
it's that
We call him
general that
Amper.
general who took over Madagascar. That's like actually he got that name. That's his stage
Yeah.
name. He got that from
Yeah.
Elon.
That's Elon's main name.
Yeah,
Last article, stolen of your jewelry worth 88 million.
I heard it was more.
So, well, 88 million euros. So 102 million US.
Okay, there we go.
Stolen jewelry in the Louvre in
The Louvre,
Paris.
the Louvre,
In Louvre
the
in
Louvre, bro.
Paris.
The Louvre got jacked for some gems and
The
stones.
Louvre in Paris.
I heard some asshole
Jewelry
say like
stolen from the Louvre in Paris in the daring de la robbery.
I heard some
As it,
asshole say like it was like clever. He was like it might have been an inside job. It's like oh you think?
I hope so. That's tight as
I mean
fuck.
well of course it is. Like like
Yeah, 88 million euros or 102 million for French public prosecutor said, citing the museum's curator.
let me ask you a question.
Lance,
If you're plotting to go steal these gems like you and I, are we getting our buyer ahead of time? Or are we just getting the gems and then figuring out the rest
yeah, you
later?
break it up and you figure it out later.
Nah, see, I would want to go
Or
to
you
like
need to find a buyer who wants to buy it
yeah,
all
like
in one piece. He's gonna
whoever that
private collection.
who's that Raven dude who takes like Clarence Thomas out on his yachts,
Oh, oh my God. Not Raven.
Crow,
Harlan Crow.
Harlan Crow, like somebody like that. I go on the yacht
Yeah,
like
private
and be
collection.
like, yo, if let's I'm just saying if hypothetically if I could get you these gems out of the Louvre worth 102 million, you willing to drop 75? Because when you launder your money, you're always going to lose some in the lint, catcher. So it's 102 million on the black market is probably 75.
Yeah.
I would get it. I
Um,
would get that locked up ahead of time, dude. Because I was gonna steal two Picassos from the homie's house when we were in high school, and then we like all like got all ready to go do it, and then like I just was like, well, what are we gonna do with them like afterwards? And it's like one thing when you have a Picasso, but you have to get rid of it for it to be like valuable. And like I don't know anybody who's like on the black market buying Picassos.
yeah. Um, said the sum is extraordinary, but said it's a greater loss to France's historical heritage. The crown jewels were pieces gifted by two Napoleons to their wives, were among the items taken. Thieves' welding power tools took less than 8 minutes to make off with the loot shortly after the world's most visited museum. That's crazy.
Opened at 30 minutes after it opened.
With the thieves not having been caught more than 2 days from the heist, experts fear the jewelry will already be long gone.
I always root for shit like this.
She hoped that announcing the estimated worth of the jewelry would make the robbers think twice and not destroy them. She added the thieves would not pocket the full windfall if they had the very bad idea of melting down these jewels. These items, taken previously described as having an estimated worth, included a diamond and emerald necklace Emperor Napoleon gave his wife, a tiara worn by Empress Eugene, the wife of Napoleon III, and several pieces previously owned by Queen Marie
What a condescending bitch.
Emily.
Like, she's like, I hope that they know, like, that they're more valuable, not melted down. Bitch, they just, they were so sophisticated. They just robbed the Louvre in broad fucking daylight. You don't think they know the value
Or
of
like a
these?
hot spot
Yeah, like
welding drawer.
they need to hear from you, like, through the
Nobody
news. Like,
caught them. That's
yeah, like
insane.
they're smart enough to fucking jack your ass, like at the Louvre, but like they're not smart enough to know that not to melt them down. Like, come on, get the fuck out of here. That's some snobby French shit, bro.
Investigators found a damaged crown that used to belong to Empress Eugene on the thieves' escape route, apparently having been dropped as they departed in haste. Four masked thieves used a truck equipped with a mechanical lift to gain access to the Galerie des Apollons, Gallery of Apollo, via a balcony enclosed in the river Seine. Two of them cut through the glass window on the first floor using a battery powered disc cutter and entered the museum. They then threatened the guards inside, who evacuated the building. The thieves then set fire to their vehicle outside. The thieves had tried to set fire to their vehicle outside, but were prevented by the intervention of a member of the museum staff. They were seen making off on fucking scooters, bro. Hell yeah. Macron described the robbery as an attack on France's heritage.
And because the Paris had the Olympics recently, they did like all this revamping to make it more accessible and like walkable and shit, like with ramps because you know, like they don't have the like American Disability it's Act in France, so it's like, so they had to like, because they had also the Special Olympics like right after that, so they did all this revamping. So scooters all day, you just
Yeah, they
both
zoom up, dude.
gone,
That's like
just makes you nimble.
Italian job part two,
Yeah,
dude. You went from
yeah.
a Mini Cooper in a fucking sewer tunnel to a scooter
Scooter,
on the
like to me, it's
street,
like
dude.
probably optimal this in this thing because like
Hell yeah.
jewels aren't that big and like yeah, and you can get it, drop on, you know, get off of it, get on it.
Security measures have been tightened around the country's cultural institutions after a preliminary report found one of the three rooms in the Louvre lacked CCTV in it, that its wider alarm system did not go off. Security protocols had failed, lamenting that the thieves were able to drive a modified truck up to the museum had left France with a horrible image. Authorities believe that they are chasing a team of professionals, given how quick and organized they were. Experts in art recovery told BBC investigators had just 1 or 2 days to track down the items before they would be considered gone for good. It's
First
more like
48.
yeah, it's most likely they've been broken down into precious metals and gems, smuggled out of the country, and sold for a fraction of their worth. Or, like you said, if you found a private buyer, I mean, you could do that. That'd just
I
be a
mean,
little bit
you're still selling
difficult.
it for less because it's like they're stolen, so it's like you can't like plus yeah, it's gonna be hard to move them for that whoever you're
Yeah,
selling them
find a
to.
fence. It's
Yeah,
a
no,
fence.
but that's the cost of doing this type of business. So it's like you can't even get angry at that, you know. It's like me playing when I play poker. It's like there's gonna be bad beats, you know, like that. You just know that going in. Like there's a
Yeah.
percentage of the time you're gonna. So to let that like put you on tilt is pointless. You've already lost the game. So it's like whatever the fucking value that you know. Also, can we like? I'd like to hear the report. Like, first of all, I didn't know there was multiple Napoleons. I watched the whole fucking movie. Um, but also like they're like it's because I was trying to like a lot of these museums have like stolen art like from like you know indigenous like people like
Oh, yeah.
in countries they colonized in like Africa and like the you
Oh,
know
yeah.
the global south as they say. So like in this one they're like, oh, Napoleon gave it to his wife. Well, where the fuck did Napoleon get these fucking diamonds and gems? That's what I want to know. You know, like these like from you know the south of France, like, or is it this like some colonial shit? Like speaking of Mali, you know they colonized them. Like, did you guys get the diamonds in Mali, and then he just put it, you know, in this fucking necklace and gave it to his third wife or whatever the fuck? Napoleon the Third? Are they all related, or is it like a Caesar thing where they
It's
just
like
took
a
his name?
Caesar thing, I
Okay,
believe.
shout out. For some reason that was I missed that one in history, and I've been trying to study up on France. Got this bad bitch who's going to hell who speaks French, so you know I'm trying to get in where I fit
Okay.
in there like swimwear.
Well, that is it for articles.
Got anything?
Meditate, bitches.
Thank you. If you guys can like, follow, subscribe, leave a comment, don't hit us with the 5-star rating. Only 5 stars. If it's not 5 stars, don't do it because we do have a perfect rating, at least on Spotify. As always, be safe. Uh,
You're blowing this,
oh,
man.
you know,
All right, everybody, make sure you like, follow, subscribe, share it, whatever. Leave a comment. We just appreciate y'all always listening. It's always been fun. I mean, we're almost at 200 episodes, which is crazy. And our boy is out of the pen. George Santos back on the streets, taking names
don't call it a
and
comeback.
then
He's been
writing
here for
checks to
years.
those names and cashing them himself. And we are here for it.
Yeah, and
But
and are you on the side of the terrorists because his mom died in 9/11
shit,
and then
that's a
resurrected
Khalid.
like
That's
Jesus?
a it's an Ivy League legend. How could you treat him like that?
Two volleyballer.
But no, we
Meet
appreciate
him at the
y'all,
net, baby.
and as always, be good, be safe, stay out of trouble. But as always, go fuck yourselves.
Yo, Santos, let me get a bump, and I ain't talking about volleyball. Shout out.
Recording stopped.